Hi everyone, my name is Hassan Al Jabouli. I am an associate professor in the Computer Science Department at New York University. It's my pleasure having you with me today. We will be talking about AI for academic personnel. As you know, we as academic professionals, we have different type of duties that are commonly grouped into three main categories. We do teaching and we have different teaching responsibilities including delivering lectures and tutorials. We prepare course materials. We have some duties also related to assessing students' performance and providing feedbacks. We have to supervise student projects and theses as well. In addition to teaching, we have some research responsibilities, which includes mainly conducting research studies. We have to publish academic papers and books. We have to present at conferences, apply for research grants, and sometimes we have to review also some submitted papers as well, and work as editors in some conferences or some journals. We have also some service and administrative responsibilities, such as participating in committees, doing some academic advising and mentoring. Sometimes we have to contribute to universities and committees, community activities. We have sometimes to prepare some events and such as conferences and some other type of events, and we have to attend some other events as well. So we will try to summarize AI tools that can help us as academic people to do all of these actually. And in order to do that, I will mention to some important tools that can be used, which I call usually as AI toolbox. This includes different tools such as Scholar Labs, Perplexity, Manos, ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini, and some other tools. Mainly, we will focus on Gemini, which is one of the well-known tools that is provided by Google. Gemini, in specific, can be accessed through gemini.google.com, and it has different modes actually. It can be used in its fast mode, which is mainly best for like casual chat to do some summaries and quick question and answers. We have also the thinking mode, which is mainly useful if you would like to write some code, do some debugging for code, and do some logical planning. And we have also the pro mode, which is useful mainly to do some complex research. It can be helpful, to solve some PhD level math questions, and it can be used, for complicated type of questions. Gemini also provides some tools that can be used, such as deep research, which is mainly useful to do some complex research, do some fact checking and report writing. We have some tools that can be used to generate images, some tools which we have recently added to Gemini as well that can generate videos, some music as well. And we have also some useful tool which is called Canvas, which is mainly best for drafting essays, editing articles, or building software. And we have also the guided learning tool, which is really helpful if you would like to learn a new topic or teach your students a new topic. We'll talk about all of that or most of them in details in this lecture. In addition to Gemini, we have also the other tool which we would like to focus on, which is NotebookLM, which is also which can be accessed through notebooklm.google.com, and it is also provided by Google, which is mainly an AI-powered research and note-taking assistant. Mainly, this tool is designed to act as a as a virtual research partner. Mainly, it is that is strictly grounded, in specific documents you provide. So unlike Gemini, which relies actually on public sources to answer your questions, NotebookLM, it considers the resources which you provide, the documents which you provide actually to answer questions, and which will make it really different and powerful, in specific application as we'll see later on. When it comes to teaching, we have the course life cycle as we can see in front of us. And during this course life cycle, actually, we have different uh, steps that we have to follow. During the planning and design, for example, we have to define the learning objective and outcomes. And AI can be really helpful in this regard. So we can use different tools to do that, such as Perplexity, for example, which is mainly considered as one of the best tools for search. Mainly it can be helpful, because it functions as an AI search engine, providing real-time web citation and verified facts for every answer. We have also ChatGPT, we have Claude, and we have Gemini. These can be used in a way similar to the following, actually. So what you can do, you can just use Gemini, for example, to do some brainstorming about the objective, learning objective and outcomes for a specific course. You can just ask Gemini to do research about specific topic, and based on this finding, you can ask Gemini to propose, or the AI tool, whatever the AI tool which you use, to propose 5 to 6 measurable learning outcomes, for a specific number of week uh, course using, Bloom's taxonomy. As soon as you do that, the AI will provide you with the details, and in order to get like the output in the expected way, it is strongly recommended to write the prompt in an efficient way. We can do that by specifying the rule, by telling the AI tool actually the rule that it will play. So you can ask AI to play as you can ask AI to work as, a model that should act as, let's say, a course designer. You have to specify the task the AI has to follow or has to do. You have to give some context to the AI tool, specify the input, any constraints, and specify the format of the output that AI will generate. And if there is an audience to whom this output will be provided, you have to specify that as well. And you can, if you like, provide some quality criteria. So, for example, these simple prompt can be rephrased actually, and you can use AI itself, by the way, to rephrase the prompt itself to consider these details. So instead of just providing the simple prompt which we used just in previously, you can just specify the rule to AI. So you can tell AI you are an expert instructional designer, and your duty is to do some research, and find, let's say, regarding specific topic, and find, whatever, you like. You can provide some constraints, specify the audience, as we said, and you can use Gemini Deep Research, if you like, instead of Gemini Fast, in order to get some outcome that considers actually not the shallow, the traditional way of search, which will focus usually on the 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 basic outcome that comes as a result of a traditional research, but it will focus on some important websites, and it will focus or will consider more websites, to generate the output. As soon as we do that, actually, I will define the learning objectives, and these can be really helpful, when you design the course. You can also use AI to generate the syllabus and the course structure. So you can just use a prompt such as the following prompt. You can ask AI to use these learning outcomes which we have got from the previous prompt, to draft a 15-week syllabus. And you can specify also the grading breakdown. So you can specify the percentage of quizzes, project, and final. And you can ask AI to generate a document that contains all of these details. You can ask AI to do that, and I prefer to use Canvas to do that, to be honest. You can rephrase the prompt itself so that it includes the details which we have mentioned. You can specify the rule, the context, the input, any constraint may exist, and you can just ask AI to do that, and if you would like to get more accurate results or output. AI can be used also to design the assessment and to prepare the schedule and the policies. So you can just write prompt as well and ask AI to design assessment, given this syllabus which has been generated in the previous step, You can design the assessment, for you can ask AI also to generate some activities, and you can design the assessment of the course, of the entire course, and prepare the schedule and policies of the entire course as well. You can upload the syllabus as well and ask AI to translate the curriculum into teachables. You can provide simple prompt, or you can just provide detailed prompt, and AI can help you to generate these teachables easily and quickly. And you can use AI as well, such as Gemini or any other tool as well, to generate the lecture content as well. So you can just upload these teachables, and you can ask AI to generate the content, for, so you can just ask AI to generate, let's say, 45-minute lecture script. You can just generate the lecture itself, and you can generate also the reading material, and you can use AI to do all of these actually in one prompt. So instead of just using multiple prompts, you can just write one detailed prompt to do all of these, as you can see here. So let me show you what we can do actually. So we can get into Gemini, and we can just use Gemini to do all of that at once actually. So let me show you here. I would like to, I will ask AI to do the following actually. So do research about using AI for education. Let's assume that I would like to design a course about using AI for education, and based on the finding, I would like AI to propose 6 measurable learning outcomes for 8 weeks course, and I would like to use these learning outcomes to draft 8-week syllabus, and then I would like to include week by week topic list. The grading breakdown is as follows, and I would like I also to present like a clean professional document format to generate a syllabus, and using this syllabus I would like to generate the teachables as well. So you can see here, I would like also AI to generate a rubric, for the activities, and generate some activities. I prefer to use Canvas for this, and if you like, you can just use like different thinking level, but I will just use the standard one just to make it quickly. You can just submit, and this will take like a few minutes, and you will be able to get the output in front of you with all of these details as you can see here, guys. So as you can see, this will generate all of the details, and it will generate also the syllabus as well. And so this is the course title suggested by AI, and this is the duration of the course according to our requirement. And you can see here, all of the details, week 1 details, and how this will be evaluated using a quiz 1. Let's say we have multiple quizzes, as you can see here. We have all of the weeks, and we have the teachables in each one of these weeks. You can just edit all of these if you like. So Canvas mainly, it is helpful if you would like to edit. So you can just add whatever you like, you can edit the content, and you can, if you like, you can just select some of the paragraphs, and you can just change the length of these paragraphs. You can just make it longer, you can make it shorter if you like. You can also change the tone as well, so you can just make the tone like more formal, you can just make it very formal, or you can just make it casual as well. And if you are not happy with any of these content, you can just ask AI. You can just ask AI to so it can suggest some edits for you if you like, or you can just ask AI to modify that in any way you like. So this is what you can get actually as an outcome of the first phase. In one prompt if you like. You can just make it, or you can make it step by step if you like. AI can be used also to design activities and assignments as well. So what you can do, you can just ask AI, you can just write a prompt, and you can ask AI to suggest a hands-on activity for a specific unit if you like. And you can ask AI also to clarify what students should do. So this can be asked straight away to Canvas if you like, and this can be really helpful in order to design some assignments. One of the important issues that AI can be used for is when you deliver the course content actually. So this can be used in different ways actually. For example, you can use AI to to increase the engagement during the class. So one of the applications is to use what we call uh, Gemini gyms. If you get back into Gemini, and if you get into the settings, or sometimes you may see it somewhere here, you should be able to see gyms actually. If you click on gyms, we have two different types of gyms. Gyms that is made by labs actually, which can be helpful to describe certain process and turn this process into like a summary. Um, Gemini can be used in this regard, and it will be helpful actually to provide a workflow that produces actually different type of media, such as text, images, videos, and audios. So if you had um, in order to use gyms, you can just get into Google Gemini, and you should be able to see gyms on the left hand side. If you don't see it, you can just click on the settings and you select gyms from here. We have two different types of gyms that can be created. We have the first type, which is called gyms made by labs. This is mainly useful if you would like to create automated workflow that produces different types of media. So if you would like to produce not only text, but text, images, videos, and audios in a single sequence, then this can be helpful actually. But this is not what we will cover today. We'll focus mainly on the general type of gyms actually. You can just click on new gym from here. Gym if you think about the concept, it's mainly just an instance of you can think about that as an instance of Gemini that will be dedicated to do specific task actually, and it can be reused multiple times, and it relies on some knowledge which you can provide. So for example, what we can do actually, we can just create what we call let's say TA gym. So you can just create a teaching assistant that will work as a teaching assistant for your course. So in the description, for example, you can just say I would like to use this gym as an AI assistant that is trained to explain concepts, clarify assignments, and help students to work through problems based on the syllabus. You have to provide instructions for the gym. These instructions should specify different things. Mainly, it should specify at the beginning the persona. So it should describe to the gym what role the gym will play. So something like you are an encouraging and highly knowledgeable teaching assistant for specific course, whatever the course is, and your tone should be like whatever you so you have just to specify the personality of the gym that it should play, and you have to determine also the tasks. So you have, in addition to the personal, you have to specify what are the tasks. So the main task that I should consider is explain concept, for example, problem solving, and any other additional task you would like this gym to play or to achieve. And you need also to specify if any like rules these gym should follow, if any. So let's say something like, let's say mentioning references for the materials, something like, let's say avoid like answering questions related to homeworks, but just give like a general answer instead of direct answer for questions related to homeworks. So these type of rules should be mentioned actually to make sure that these gym will achieve the task as expected. What you have to do when you generate any gym, you have usually it is strongly recommended to provide the gym with some knowledge. So since this gym will work as teaching assistant, what I will do, I will just provide this gym with some files actually that can help the gym to do the task. This includes mainly the schedule and the syllabus. So I will just upload the schedule and the syllabus so that these teaching assistant can answer questions based on the details provided in the schedule. This is the schedule of the course. It includes, let's say, dates of assignments released, quizzes, midterm, and final. And it includes also, and the other file, it includes the syllabus actually. So it includes the grading criteria, it includes some details related to the course in general. As soon as you have everything ready, you can just save the gym. And what you can do, you can share these gym with your students if you like. So you can just copy the link, and you can just ask your students. You can just mention that in the course website or in the syllabus. So you can just direct students to talk to the gym in case if they had any question about the course, instead of sending you emails. And if they would like to understand specific topic, you can direct them also to the gym, which can be helpful answering questions related to the course. If you would like to use it as not only generic like teaching assistant, but if you would like to use these teaching assistant to answer questions, let's say, or to explain concepts to students, you can get back to gyms and you can just edit the gym. So you can just get back here, you can edit the gym, and you can select from here the default tool. These gym will rely on, let's say, guided learning, and when you select guided learning, this gym will have the capability right now to teach students as well, like by using guided learning concepts, which means it will customize the answers based on the capability of the student who will ask the question. So it will just verify the understanding of the student, when the student asks questions. And what you can do also, you can just provide some other materials. So instead, in addition to the schedule, the syllabus, you can upload the lectures actually, or the notes actually of the course. And by doing that, this will make this AI be able to answer different type of questions and to be used actually as as an actual teaching assistant that can explain concepts to students. So let's just test this gym. For example, you can ask the gym, when is, let's say, the final exam of the course? These type of questions usually students ask frequently actually. So you just, when is the final exam of the course? So this will just list the date. You can ask the gym also, what let's say, what is the grading criteria, let's say, in this course, and the gym will just mention all of these details. Who is, let's say, the professor of the course, and so you can see the details of the grading, different type of questions, general questions about the course. Or if you provide AI with so you can see the professor name, the email of the professor, and all of the details, and it will share also the source as well. So to say, okay, all of these details are provided in the syllabus. You can ask AI also, can you please explain, let's say, the concept of let's say cache memory, let's say, which is one of the topics mentioned here. Now that explanation which will be provided right now, it will be general explanation, but if you would like to get specific explanation, this can be provided if you upload the lecture notes actually to the gym, and it will work in this case as a customized teaching assistant who answers questions based on the material which you provide. One of the things which I usually find useful is to create gym that I use in the classroom to allow students to interact with, to answer specific type of questions related to specific activity. So for example, in one of the exercises which I have in my class, students must create a system, and in order to be able to create a software system, they have to analyze the requirements of the system. Usually I play the role of the person who would like to own this system, but recently what I used to do, I used to create a gym, and I used to provide this gym with the description of the system to be created, with details about the problems the students should solve, and the students can interact with this gym instead of interacting with me and ask the gym all of the questions which they used to ask about the system. So for example, the system in this case is like a pizza restaurant, and the owner, I have already created or specified the role of the gym, and I provided also some guidelines to prevent students to get details, too many details about the system to be created. I wanted them just to be able to extract these details by asking questions instead of getting these details directly, in an easy way from the gym or from the person who would like the system to be created. So they can interact during the class, with this gym, and they can just it can answer their questions. Another way also, which I use to get benefit from AI when I deliver the courses, is to usually I record all of my sessions via Zoom, and when we're done with the session, after the session, I used to download the recording as audio file, and then I use Notebook LM to summarize these files actually. So if you get into notebooklm.google.com, you can just create a new notebook, and as soon as you create a new notebook, you should be able to add resources. So what I used to do, I used to upload the recording, so as you can see here, and as soon as you upload the recording, you will be able to do different things. You can create a video about this topic, you can create slide deck, you can create some mind maps or reports. One of the things which I usually do every time is to create summary about, so I click here and create like a conceptual, explanation about the concept which I explained during the session, or you can just create, if you like a briefing document, and this will be like one of the notes, which I share with my students, of course, after editing and reviewing these notes. You can just review the notes and you can share it with students, as notes to as a reference actually, which they can study from, of course, after reviewing these notes and making sure that it doesn't contain any hallucination or garbage. You can also, if you like, you can create a gym that works as a tutor actually, and can help students to understand complicated topics. So if you would like to do that, all what you have to do, you can just get into Gemini and select gyms, and then you create your own gym. So you can just click on new gym, and you can just call this gym, let's say, a tutor, a tutor, or any name you like, and you can just give it some description. So this is like a tutor guided learning gym, and you specify the rule, and you specify also the tone these gyms should use actually. So you can just specify all of these details here, and so this is the description, and those are the details here. So I have provided the rule, I have provided some general guidelines, and so mainly the tutor should access the knowledge actually, and I used to provide some knowledge actually as files. So you can just upload from here all of the course files actually. So all of the notes related to the course can be uploaded, and you can upload also some other details as well if you like. So if you upload all of the course material, this guy or this gym will be used, and you can just, as soon as you do that, you can save it and you can share the link with students. So mainly what you have to consider is just to make sure to make it like guided learning. In this way, this will customize the answers actually provided to students based on their level. So it will ask students some questions to understand their level about this material, and then it will rely on this material to answer questions about the student. So if the student would like to get more details or would like to get explanation about one of these topics, they can interact with the tutor, and the tutor can help them to understand the material in a better way. And it can be used also to generate different type of questions, let's say, or quizzes, which they can use actually just to evaluate their performance in the course. One of the things which we can use also is the AI which is provided with Zoom. So if you had Zoom, AI nowadays is integrated with Zoom, and these can be really helpful in online sessions. You can just use it to summarize the chat and identify different things, such as the top 3 concepts students are currently struggling with based on their questions. You can just use it also to get or identify, let's say, some specific steps which you have to consider, let's say, that has been triggered the most questions in the last 10 minutes, and this will help you to understand what topic you need to clarify more to students. So different type of summaries, different type of analysis can be really helpful, and can give you really some insights about your explanation during the session if you use these if you would like, or which you can use with these tools actually. Um, Now, in addition to what we covered before, AI can be used also during the assessment. So one of the things that you can consider actually when you do assessment, when you do grading actually for students' assignments or activities, is to create what we can call grader gem. So if you get into Gemini, we can just get into gems, and we can create a new gem which we can call, if you like, let's say grader. We for this grader we can give some description, such as, let's say, this is an AI grader that will, or AI tool that is used mainly to evaluate student submissions, and we need mainly to provide some details for these AI agent, the instructions mainly. This includes the persona. So we'll say, okay, you are an academic grader. Your goal is to provide students, to provide objective, fair, consistent evaluation based on the provided rubric. And you have to specify the task is to analyze student assignment. You have to provide also clear process, to be followed actually by this gem. And you can add some constraints as well if you like. So if you don't know how to write this, you can just ask AI to generate this for you. You can just write in Gemini, I would like to create a grader gem. Please provide me with the instructions to be added, or tell me how to create that, and it will just give you all of these details for you, and which you can edit. The important part is to provide this gem with knowledge actually, and this knowledge, it could be mainly for grader. We can provide the question, and we can provide the rubric. So those are the most important things which you have to pay to provide actually to the gem. The question mainly, it's just the assignment or the activity to be graded. So we have like different questions, as you can see, question number 1, question number 2, question number 3, and I have also the rubric, and for the rubric I have clarified the points for each one of the questions. So you can see here the criteria, the grading criteria. As soon as you do that, you can just save the gem, and you should be able to use these gems straight away. So you can just start chatting with the gem. So if you would like to grade any assignments, you can just write grade the attached, let's say assignment, let's say. You can just upload the assignments one by one. So if you like, or you can just upload them in as chunks actually. So you can see here, as soon as I upload the assignment, this grader gem will provide me with details. Of course, I have just paid attention actually to the sensitive details in the assignment. So students' names should not be included. Details about the university, or about any part which is, let's say, sensitive, should be hidden actually. So make sure you don't include any sensitive details when you upload files to any of these AI tools. As soon as you do that, you will get like a summary. So this is the score. As you can see here, the total score is 3.75, and the gem will provide you also with some feedback. So it will determine the strength parts of the assignment, and it will determine also areas to improve actually. So definitely you can just copy everything and make sure to edit everything as well, before you share it with your students. One of the things which I would like just to mention is that these can deal with different type of submissions. So you can see here we have a submission. We have like handwritten submission here. So let me just provide the second file. So you should be able to see shortly. Just wait a second. Okay, so I have uploaded this file here, and the file, it contains the submission, like handwritten submission, as you can see. But even with handwritten submission, AI will be able to do the task actually. It will be able to evaluate the assignment, and it will be able to provide the feedback about the submission. Definitely you still have to review what has been generated by AI before you share your feedback, or before you just write the grade. You can, if you like, upload the multiple files if you like. you can do that in different ways, but this is just an example about what we can do actually using AI when it comes to assessment. You can also similarly create a gym if you like, sorry, to do to verify academic integrity, to verify if there is any misuse, um, of some material, if there is like any plagiarism. So you can just provide the instruction to the gym, and you can just do the same thing, use it in a similar way as well. AI can be used also to provide analysis actually about the grades actually. So if you upload the grades, if you upload the feedback, or if you upload, let's say, of course, without providing student names, one more time, if you upload these details, you can just get some insights, or provide some insights, about students, let's say, submissions. So this will just do some analysis, and it will it will be really helpful. It will determine where like the strengths are, where the common, let's say, pitfalls are. It will determine, as you can see here, so most students, where most students answered questions correctly, and the difficult questions, students were unable to answer. It will provide some recommendation, for next lecture, as you can see here, which will be really helpful as a feedback for us as instructors, before just getting into the next lecture. We have too many other tools that can be used actually during the course life. So we can use ChatGPT, as we said. We can use Gemini. Claude can be used as well. Canvas AI can be used if you would like to edit your slides, and if you'd like just to create them using AI. We have plenty of other tools that can be used also, such as Slides AI. You can also use dynamic learning, dynamic view from Gemini as well, which can be really helpful in order to visualize, some topics or some explanations, and in addition to Notebook LM, which we covered and explained about. Talking about research, AI can be really helpful as well. It can be used during the life cycle of any research as well, starting from idea generation and planning. So you can use AI, for example, to do brainstorming. You can just write simple prompts to any AI tool, such as Perplexity, ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini, or any other tool you prefer to deal with. You can use Color Labs as well, which I will mention about just shortly. So you can just use any of these tools. You can start with simple prompt just to do some brainstorming. So you can just say, I would like to do a research in this topic. Can you just please help me to do brainstorming with the 5 different angles, let's say, and you can just mention some details as well about what you plan to do. AI can be used in different modes as well. So if you like to use Gemini, you can start with fast mode, or you can just move to the deep research mode. One of the things that you can use to do that as well is Google Scholar Lab. So if you get into scholarlab.google.com, you should be able to see the traditional Scholar Lab is used mainly. The traditional Google Scholar interface is or website is used mainly to do some research, some search mainly about papers, about specific topics, and the results will be displayed based on the citation usually, or based on the date of the publication. But what you can do, you can just click on Labs here, and that will help you. That is mainly with AI integrated actually. So it will enable you to do search that is based on the semantic. And it will provide you with sample questions which you can start with. So instead of searching for by topic, you can just write like some like clear question, and AI will try to do some search and return the results for you. And the important part here is that the output will not be based on the number of citation, or the rank of the journal, or the conference, but it will be mainly based on the relation to what you are looking for. So this can be really helpful, when you do brainstorming, when you identify, if you like just to identify the research gap. AI can be used as well, and other tools can be used. And one of the tools that we can use is Gemini Deep Research. This can be really helpful. Mainly what is important about deep research, that it doesn't rely only on the the first outcome that we get usually when we do research, but it will do really deep research, and it considers actually some like other websites. It considers other results which usually we don't see, when we do like a basic search, using traditional search engines. There are a lot of other tools that can be used. One of the tools is, for example, Research Rabbit, which is often described as like Spotify for research. It is really helpful in visualizing like related publications. It visualizes mainly this related publication, and it is helpful actually if you would like to find connections between these publications. We have also some other tools that you can use, like Elicit, which is mainly useful if you would like to do like initial literature review and semantic search as well. We have Perplexity, which is very good actually, and it relies on up-to-date sources, unlike some other AI tools. You can, by the way, when you use the AI tool to do the search, you can just be specific about the sources which you would like to consider. So you can just mention, I would like only to, please do this, please try to provide me with the answer, and rely only on academic sources, let's say. One of the tools which I love to use is NotebookLM. NotebookLM, as we said before, it has main advantage mainly, which is that it will try to answer your questions considering the sources which you provide. So if you get to NotebookLM, all that you have to do, you can just add sources, and this can be any type of source. Actually, it could be like a link to a website, to YouTube video. It could be like you can upload all of the related papers or publications, and you can just copy some text as well. And as soon as you do that, you will be able to ask questions about these topics. So after you do like some brainstorming, you can just collect all of the related sources, you upload them to NotebookLM, and you can just start to understand the topic better. If this was like a new topic for you, you can ask NotebookLM to summarize these papers for you. You can ask NotebookLM to create like a video about all of these sources that includes summary about the topic, which you would like to learn about. And you can ask NotebookLM also. It will be helpful to identify like research gaps as well, that may exist, in these sources. So this will be really helpful and easy to use, and I strongly recommend using these tools actually, especially when it comes to generating ideas and doing the planning and identifying, research gaps. As soon as you specify the idea which you would like to work on, and you determine some sources, and you understand these sources, you can design your research and specify the methodology. AI can be also helpful to do that, and we have different tools that can help you to do that. Mainly, you can use tools such as ChatGPT. You can use also some other tools such as Claude can be helpful to specify the methodology and design your research, in addition to Gemini, of course, specifically considering deep research. As soon as you design that, and you design the experiment, and by the way, when you design the experiment, you can, if you like, design like the surveys. You can specify data parameters. You can design all of that using these tools, and you can get some ideas as well when you use these tools. One of the things which you can consider after you specify the research proposal, you can start looking for grants actually, and AI can be really helpful in this regard. So we have different AI tools that can be helpful if you would like to find a grant that is suitable for your research, such as for example, you can use Research Connect, which works as like AI tool that matches your academic profile to relevant federal, foundation, and institutional research grants. We have also other tools such as SAM Search, which is mainly useful in order to summarize like available grants. Mainly it's like US federal research grants from NSF, NIH, and some other institutes. It's widely used and very current in this regard. We have some other tools such as Grant Me AI, which is mainly more oriented towards startups and applied research, but it can be helpful as well sometimes. Um, if you like, what you can do, you can create your own gym that can find a related grant based on the proposal which you create. If you like, instead of just using the traditional ways, you can create proposal to grant gym that can help you to specify grants that matches your research. So if you get back into Gemini, you can just select from here gyms, and you can just create a new gym from here, and you can specify, let's say you can just say, okay, I would like to create proposal to grant gym, and you can just ask this gym. So you can just provide some description, such as, for example, you are a senior grant consultant and academic architect. Your goal is to match research proposal with funding opportunities and translate raw research into polished, a compliant grant application. So you can use this if you like in different ways actually. So let me just provide the full details here. You can specify the rules, you can specify the workflow as well. So as you can see here, when it comes to the workflow, we have different steps that I would like this AI agent or AI gym to follow. So we will, when as soon as you save that, what you can do actually, you can upload your proposal, and so you can just write here, let's say I have uploaded my proposal. You can just attach the proposal, if you have the proposal, and you can just so this is proposal to grant gym. You can just provide the proposal of your research, and you can ask AI to find 3 matching grants, and for best match, you can just extract the requirements, and you can ask AI to draft like latex file with like just to be able to use it later on. So you can just do all of that if you like, and AI can be really helpful in this regard. It takes some time. You can just specify from here if you like, and just use deep research instead of using the traditional fast search. When it came to data collection and management, AI can be really helpful in this regard, and we have different tools that can be used to do that. Mainly, you can use tools such as Copilot. ChatGPT is also helpful. Claude can be used also in addition to Gemini. So you can use just the traditional tools such as Gemini if you like. I strongly recommend Claude and Copilot, because they are mainly when it comes to writing code, because they have been trained actually on code repositories. But you are still able to use the traditional ones such as Gemini or ChatGPT. So you can ask the tool to write like Python code, for example, or any code using any programming language to do whatever you like. So you can ask that to write code to collect data from different sources, or you can write the code, let's say, to run some experiments as well. As I said, you can use any of these tools if you like. One of the things which you can consider as well is to verify that these collected data, it satisfies actually some constraints. So you can just you can ask AI to verify, data protection and privacy standard compliance, and the AI can be helpful. So you can just upload some of these data samples, and you can ask AI to verify that these data, it follows like the well-known standards actually. After you collect data, or you can also generate data as well if you like, and AI can be helpful in this regard. Um, you will be able to analyze these data using like different AI tools. You can use Gemini if you like. Um, so all that you have to do, if you would like to use Gemini, you can just create a new chat and you can upload your data file. So whatever the data which you have, you can just select data file and you can upload the data, and you can ask different type of questions to Gemini. So you can just say, let's say, so you can just start with simple questions if you like, simple analysis questions. So summarize, the distribution of whatever, across the entire database, calculate the mean, the median, and AI can help you, to do all of that. You can also just mainly AI will generate some code and it will execute the code, and you will be able to get some details or some insights from your data, as you can see here. You can also use AI to do some visualization as well. So this can be helpful in order to provide, let's say, different type of charts. You will be able to create line charts, box plots, dist plots, and some other charts as well. You can, if you like, you can just ask general questions if you like. So you can just say, provide some insights, let's say, insights from these data set, and I will just try to do that for you. So this is one way to use AI to do data analysis. This approach has some advantages, some disadvantages. Mainly, this will enable you to get different ideas actually about the insights that this data may provide. But you have to pay attention because first of all, you upload your data to AI, and this may cause some hallucination, as we'll see just shortly. Other tools that you can use includes mainly Colab. So if you, and that's what I prefer to use, to be honest, so instead of dealing with that in this way, you may just get into your Google Drive and create a new Google Colab file. And so Google Colab, it has Gemini integrated, but the way you deal with that, it will be a little bit different. So you can just upload your data here. You can mainly click on files, and you'll be able to drag and drop your data file. So you just click on upload. Similarly, you can just upload the data file here. And the main difference is that you can ask AI to do that step by step, and AI will generate the code and will show you the output. So instead of doing that at once, you can just ask AI to upload the data, let's say, and so you can just write here, read the data from the uploaded file and show, let's say, the top few records, let's say. So this will just, I'm not sure if we have uploaded the file or not. Let me just double check. Let me just do that one more time. Yeah, here we go. So, okay, I think the file name it's a little bit different. Just wait a second. Yeah, this is the file name. Actually, the file name is, so just make sure to fix the file name, and then you will be able to run the code actually, and this will show you the data, as you can see. And then so instead of just doing everything at once, this will generate the code. You will be able to verify the code and run the code when you are sure that it is correct, it satisfies your requirement. So mainly you do it step by step using Colab. We have some other tools that can be used as well, such as Pandas AI, and some other tools that you can use also. Mainly Pandas AI, it's a useful tool that you can consider. So it will enable you to, you can just search for Pandas AI. So this is Pandas AI. Unfortunately, yeah, okay, it has some free trial that you can use if you like. Mainly what you do, you upload you can see here, you will be able to upload your file, your data file, and as soon as you do that, it will ask you a few questions, and it will help you to generate some insights from your data, as you can see here. and it will enable you also to generate some dashboards if you like. You will be able to edit these charts. You will be able to get some, you can see different type of charts. So this is like an easy way to deal with your data if you like. So we have too many tools that you can use to analyze data, but you have to pay really attention to some important details. You know, we have some common mistakes that AI can cause actually. Mainly, we have hallucination problem. AI usually it can generate like false columns, you know, when it deals with data. We have also like sometimes AI may run like incorrect statistical tests. So instead of using, let's say, chi-square test, it may run different type of test, you know, because of different reasons. Same thing, you know, when it comes to summarizing data. These summaries may contain some contradiction. It may fabricate some insights as well, especially if the data set was small. So you may get some insights that is not fully true actually, and you have to pay really attention, you know, to the output that will be generated by AI. Sometimes it may use like plots, you know, like incorrect plots, and sometimes it may let's say give like incorrect output due to the confusion between causation and correlation. So you have to be really careful when you use AI to do data analysis, and don't forget that your data it may contain some sensitive details that should not be shared with AI. So this will be your responsibility in this case, you know, and you have to anonymize the data before you upload it to AI, and you have to make sure that you have the right actually to do that. So just pay attention to all of these details. Finally, when it came to writing and publishing, we can use AI also to get some help in this regard, and this can be used actually in different ways actually, and we have different tools that can be used to do that. So when it comes to, as soon as you finish, let's say, the analysis, and you would like to write your paper or your book chapter or whatever, you can just use AI. These can be helpful in like creating like detailed outlines, you know, about your paper. You can just ask Gemini to do that for you. We have also some tools that can be really helpful in managing the references, and that may use AI sometimes, such as let's say you can just use Zotero with GPT sometimes. You can also use Notebook LM, which can summarize your references. So if you had let's say different papers, let's say, and you would like to extract literature summary about the literature review, you can just use Notebook LM, and that will be really helpful in this regard. If you like, after you write your paper, you can ask AI to verify your paper, and AI can work in this case as a reviewer for paper. So you can just write a comment to Gemini, for example, or you can just create a Gemini gem that can work as a reviewer for your paper. So before you submit your paper to the journal or to the conference, you can just ask AI to play the role of a reviewer, and that can be really helpful, and you may get some useful, definitely you will get some useful and helpful feedback actually before you get into the final submission of your paper. We have also some other tools that works actually that can be helpful actually for researchers, such as EnergoRead, which is reading assistant that can provide actually critical analysis and find gaps in research. We have some other tools that can be useful as well for researchers, such as Ask Your PDF, which can be helpful writing literature review about specific topic with citation. We have also some other tools such as Genie AI, which is AI powered workspace that help researchers, you know, to read, write, and organize research with ease. It can write and cite, help you to write and cite as you go. we also can use Gemini Deep Research, as we said before, and we have also some other tools which we already covered, such as Research Rabbit, such as Elicit. All of these tools can be used actually by researchers. But finally, as academic people, we usually have some other duties. Sometimes we may need to, definitely we write emails every day, and AI can be really helpful in this regard. You can use ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini. You can use also the AI integrated tool that we have in our that's provided by mail providers nowadays. So tools such as Google Gmail, let's say, they provide AI tool that can rephrase our emails or write draft for our emails, which we can just rely on. You can also include some other some extensions that you can use actually if you don't have support for AI in your email provider. You can use free tools such as Meteor actually, that is really helpful, and it can help you just to rephrase or reply to emails quickly. In addition to, so you can see here, the tool which I mentioned too in Gemini, in Gmail, sorry, that can just provide some smart responses quickly, based on the email which you receive, based on the email content which you deal with. As researchers or as academic people, we need to learn new topics and new issues every day. So we have some tools that is really helpful in this regard. You can use during your learning journey tools such as Gemini. In specific, we have the guided learning. So you can select guided learning from Gemini, which is an interactive AI tutor designed to help you to understand a subject rather than just giving you like the answer. So mainly it will help us to, it will teach us actually step by step. It is well known, in breaking like complex concepts and topics into small manageable parts. It can check our understanding every while actually, and it will adapt to the learner actually. It adjusts its expectation if you get stuck, or get questions, if you get a question wrong actually. It uses some visualization as well, so it will just provide some YouTube videos, some diagrams, generate some diagrams or some images, to help us to understand some complicated concepts visually. We sometimes, as academic people, we also have to do some other tasks as well. So sometimes we may need to organize some academic conferences. We may need to travel to conference. We may need to prepare some invitations, organize some events. And we have some tools that can be really helpful in this regard. One of the AI tools that I strongly advise you to discover or to deal with is Manus actually. You can just get into manus.im and you can just do different things using Manus. So you can just write prompts such as, let's say, act as a professional academic planner, event planner. I am organizing, so let me show you here. So we have like, I am organizing, let's say, a conference on whatever, to be held in New York City in, let's say, June, let's say 2026, let's say next month, or July 20, let's say next month, or after 2 months. So what I want you to do, I want you to, let's say, do the following task. I want you please to find, let's say, perform the following task. Find 3 potential venues, in New York City that accommodate, 200 people. Identify 2 local catering companies. Let's say generate a list of 10 top researchers, in this topic which I would like to deal with, whatever the topic is, and the topic, in the conference topic, from, let's say, the last 3 years, and draft formal invitation email template. Create 12-month count down checklist, of all major milestones, So you can just do all of these. Manus will work on that. It takes some time actually. You can just give it some time, and you will be able to get all of the details just in a few minutes. You can use it also. So you can see, if you would like just to see what is going on, it is doing the research actually. So it does all of that on your behalf. You can see, you can see the steps on the right hand side. Okay, as soon as we're done, you will be able to see all of the results. So you'll be able to see like a full summary that includes the 3, let's say, potential places that can accommodate people. You'll be able to see 2 local catering companies that can be helpful to organize the event, and you'll be able to see a list of top 10 researchers who Manus recommended just to be invited to attend the event, with formal invitation email prepared to be used just to invite these people. You can ask Manus itself, if you give Manus access to your email, it can invite these people also straight away just to the event. In addition to that, you can just get help from Manus as well. If you would like, let's assume that you have a conference and you would like to attend the conference. Let's say you are not organizing a conference, but you have a conference next month, let's say, and you would like to attend this conference. So you can just simply ask Manus to do some research for you. So I would like, let's say, to act as a travel assistant, and I would like to present my paper at whatever, let's say, conference in this place, that will be on this date. Would you please just help me to find the 3 highest, let's say, rated hotels within 15 minutes walk distance from the conference place? Can you please search for the conference program and show it to me? Can you please, let's say, based on my paper, which is titled whatever, suggest like 3 possible, let's say, questions that might be asked during my question and answer session. Let's say find, let's say, the most, let's say, create table of 5 people I should meet, let's say, during the conference, let's say. So something that like this all of that can be answered by Manus, which is really helpful to do all of these tasks. It takes some time, as we said before, but you will be able to get a really meaningful outcome, when you use these type of tools. Here we go, guys. So if you click on this document right now, you should be able to see, the formal invitation to keynote speaker. So this is like a template which you can use straight away, and you should be able to see here also. You should be able to see here also, as you can see here, the so this is the result of the venue research. So you can see the top 3 places suggested by Manus. You should be able to see also the suggested 2 catering companies to help serving this event. You should be able to see also the top 10 speakers suggested by Manus or to be invited to the event as well. And you can see also some other details actually prepared by Manus. So this is really helpful. And same thing, if you would like to attend conference, as we said, you can just use Manus as well to plan for your conference, find the hotel, find people to meet, and do different things as well. So all of these are tasks usually we have to spend time on as academic people, and AI can be really helpful in doing all of these. So we covered too many tools that can be used actually by academic people for teaching, for research, for doing other duties as well, as we said before. All what you have to do, just remember, guys, if you would like to get the maximum benefit from any AI, make sure to include these details in your prompt. If you can, specify specify the rule, the task, give some context, specify the input, and add some constraint. Specify the format of the output. If you have audience, you just specify that, and if you had some other quality criteria, just make sure to mention that as well in your prompt. And usually you can just evaluate and revise the prompt multiple times in order to get the best result. Now we have to make sure that we are in the loop. Actually, we have to disclose, when we use AI, AI must be disclosed, clearly and accessibly. You have to verify the output delivered by AI every time. You have to make sure that there is no bias in the results or output generated by AI, because sometimes it may contain some bias, so you have to be careful about all of this. It is safe, actually, I think, to use AI for language editing and checking, formatting references, to write code, test the code, to do literature discovery, summarize, notes, do some brainstorming. Some institutes, they are still suspicious, and they have some concerns about drafting, large portion of the discussion using AI, generating figures and illustrations using AI, using AI to do statistical analysis, to do code generating. I think, these concerns will disappear shortly, but we may still have some institutes, they raise these concerns, actually, and may prevent academic people from using AI to do these things. Actually, it is prohibited to use AI to be listed as an author. It's prohibited to use AI to upload, it is prohibited to upload confidential material to AI. It is not definitely prohibited to violate institutional policies, regarding AI. So make sure to read the policy before using AI. You have to pay attention to plagiarism and copyright violation. So don't upload any material that is copyrighted, to AI, and don't use AI, in a way that is considered as a plagiarism. So make sure to use AI wisely. It is dangerous as well, to fabricate results using AI, or getting some hallucinated, content that is not verified by you, that has been generated by AI. It is also prohibited not to declare that you use the AI. So make sure when you use AI, just to declare that you use the AI to do this and that. So make sure to clarify where AI has been used, in your research, when you use it. So that's it, actually. I hope this content was useful. I hope this session was useful. I tried my best just to clarify how AI can be used by academic people for teaching, for research, to do other duties as well. I hope I was able to do that in a useful way, in a simple way. I would like to thank you all for joining me today. Thank you so much, and I will see you again in hopefully in other lectures. Thank you so much.